Reconnect to Providence, our monthly segment right here on NBC 10 with Mayor Brett Smiley. Tonight, we are asking about his plan for clearing out homeless encampments in the city and get his take on protest at the Rhode Island School of Design. Mayor, always good to have you.
Happy to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about the homeless encampments. On the platform X, a viewer JP says, why does he being you, Mayor, insist on clearing out the homeless encampments with no plan in place for them to go anywhere else?
Yeah, so we have 2 encampments that are scheduled for clearing in the next couple of days, and this has been an issue for the last 2 years, really. These 2 in particular, one is on a highway embankment. It's incredibly unsafe. Public safety personnel can't get there. They're feet from cars going 80 miles an hour on 95. And the other one is in a secluded area, also difficult to reach, but also has contaminated soil. That site's actually slated for environmental cleanup. These are not suitable places for people to be living. They're unsafe. We're not able to keep them safe if something happens. And in the last couple of years, we've had fires, we've had overdoses, we've had other instances of violence, and we can't service those folks in locations like this. It's not a safe place for people to be living.
So to answer Mr. JP's question here, where are you going to put them?
So it's a mix. So we've been working, and these 2 sites in particular, we've been working there for months. I mean, this is sort of the final chapter, but we've been sending social service providers for months. And they work to find placements. They offer shelter beds when available. They help resolve whatever other issues may be available. And this is a person-by-person, case-by-case basis. Some of them will be placed in either shelters or with family, or perhaps some of them do have sources of income, and so they come in and out of homelessness. And then others, sadly, we won't be able to find a place for. But that doesn't mean that we can accept or allow folks to live in places that are just very unsafe.
How are you going to go about this? What happens if you face protesters and you face people who don't want to move? Are we seeing a scene where police officers are coming in and it's going to get violent? And are you prepared for that?
We certainly work very hard to avoid that situation. We've never had that situation, and I don't anticipate that in this case either. We work very closely with providers who are trained in serving those who are unhoused. Our EMS crew and Providence Police are trained professionals that are going to move folks along, but they'll do so in the most compassionate way possible.
But bottom line, if people are protesting, you want them out of there. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
These 2 encampments will be cleared.
And this is Friday when?
They're going to get the final notice on Friday that they have 48 hours to vacate.
Right.
And so that will be the final decision on these. And then we will continue to work with these. There's the community in Providence and in Rhode Island that is unhoused is not enormous, and in many cases the social service providers know pretty much everybody.
Right. I want to get to a couple of things. I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to get a couple of things because of time things. The pallet houses, obviously, that was a good idea. Now it's pushed back to fall. What is going on with there?
Yeah, it's really
contamination. Then you have Stephon Pryor saying things are not coming in on time.
It's really frustrating. I mean, the city's role was twofold. One is we put some funding towards it, and 2, we did have a small piece of the permitting puzzle because it's in the city of Providence. We've done our part. Again, Stephon Pryor is the right person to ask. There's been some state permitting issues, and apparently there's been some supply issues. It's frustration because we think that's actually part of the solution, and we had hoped for them to be open already. But I know that the State Housing Department and House of Hope, who's going to run it, is working as fast as they can.
All right, let's go to RISD now. Obviously, making some national headlines with students barricaded in the building. You have said today on record that if you get the call, you'll have officers move in and get those students out of there.
Of course we would, and it's not unique to this. I mean, the question and our policy is if any private property owner had somebody who was trespassing and requested assistance from the Providence Police, we would provide said assistance. Right. Again, similarly, we hope that we don't get that call. We hope it gets resolved peacefully. Brown University was able to do the same without our involvement, and we have not had any involvement at RISD either.
Right.
But if a private property owner anywhere in Providence asks for our help to clear someone who is trespassing or there illegally, of course we provide that support.
Yeah. And I would assume that this is the scene that's been playing out all over in terms of even in Boston, where again you have police officers moving in and students who don't want to leave. So that you could have some problems there.
We could, and we're very prepared for that. I've been following this closely around the country, talking to colleague mayors around the country. But this gets back to having a police department that we're incredibly proud of. They are well trained. They are not prone to confrontation.
Right.
We don't go in with shields and crowd control and some of the scenes of violence that we've seen around the country. We avoid that in any way we can.
Right.
And I have confidence in the training and the leadership of the Providence Police that they would handle this well.
I want to talk about the mayor's conference that you just got back from DC, but before, let me just ask this quick question about RISD. What do you think about the balance of your freedom to expression and protest and disrespecting an administration building?
That's a decision for the administration because it's their property. I will say that there is a line between freedom of expression and hate speech. And we are very concerned about making sure that every member of the Providence community, whether they're a student or not, don't feel threatened or intimidated on the basis of their religion or of their national origin. And so we keep a close eye, and particularly in the increase in anti-Semitism in our community, and making sure that our local Jewish community feels safe, because some of the things that have been said at some of the rallies and protests in Providence, we think cross the line into unacceptable speech. As it pertains to the building themselves, that's up to them to decide where that line is. It's their property.
All right, let's get to the DC trip. This is the mayors from all over the country go there, and some people might think, oh, this is schmoozing and big dinners and things like that. I saw some pictures which we have actually that we're going to show people of you there. Next time you may, can you get in front? Just push those guys aside.
I'm a little bit more junior than a couple of them.
Holy mackerel! Anyways, let's talk a little bit about what you take away from that, and what was like the big concern with mayors across the nation.
Yeah, so this was a delegation of 40 mayors led by Karen Bass, who's the mayor of Los Angeles, who has made ending homelessness her one issue. And this was a lobbying trip specifically for federal funding for homelessness. Okay. So we talk about the problems we're having here in Providence. There's a city piece to that, there's a state piece to this, but there's also a federal piece to this. So we were advocating with both Biden administration officials and Capitol Hill officials for increased funding in 3 specific areas. There were 40 of us. We represented collectively 18 million Americans from big towns and small towns across the country, and it really had an impact. We met with the most senior leaders in the Biden administration, cabinet secretaries, and then the major leaders on Capitol Hill, Democrats and Republicans.
Bottom line, give us money to help this problem.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Mayor, I got to hold you there on time, but we will see you next month, and we always appreciate your time.
Great, thank you.
All right, coming up.